Hello, how you guys doing? We are back here discovering new details in the Mahogany Jackson case. If you guys are new and have not heard about what happened to Mahogany Jackson down in Birmingham, Alabama, please let me inform you. This is a mother of a 3-year-old daughter that was taken out by a group of savage gangbangers. And yes, the number is correct, 30. 30 people knew exactly what was going on. 10 people or more were at the scene of the crime while it was taking place. And get this, they did this to this girl over 24 hours. 24 hours of essaying her, of videotaping her, of putting paws on her, of cuffing her. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, they dumped her body at a trash dumpster site. Could you imagine getting a phone call saying that they found your loved ones dumped off at a trash dumpster site? That right there sends a message to let you know what these gang members thought about Mahogany Jackson. And you say, well, how did this 20-year-old mother get involved with these gangbangers? Well, allegedly, well, ain't no alleged because her ex girlfriend, which goes by the name of Blue, she confirmed that she had dealings with her. So Mahogany Jackson, she had a girlfriend that she was dating on and off. She was part of the gang. Her best friend Tasia was a part of the gang. So these were her peoples. Even though there are videos out here of Mahogany always getting into it with her gang banger friends, they still kept a close bond, and that's just how they get down. They fight amongst each other, they disrespect each other, and the next thing you know, they're back. Some people have this ideology that that's real love. Real love is when you can fight amongst each other like family and you guys can still hold each other down. I disagree with that ideology. That is very toxic. It's detrimental to your health. It's horrible to your mental health. That cycle of abuse and normalizing that ideology. So many marriages do that. So many friendships does it. And so did Mahogany with these gangbangers. People have seen videos of Mahogany get beat down by these very gangbangers in the past. And one would think, well, if they put you down before, why are you hanging around them again? That is how they normalize their relationship. And I think most of us with common sense, well, one, we wouldn't even be in a gangbang. Two, once somebody lay hands on us, we have enough self love and self respect for ourselves not to go back around there because we value ourselves so much. However, everybody does not carry that same value of self. Everyone don't even know how to get there. So it's our job to really educate and vocalize the importance of self care, self love, so our young ones won't have to end up in this position like Mahogany Jackson. This could have been prevented. This is horrible. And I was just online earlier today and I came across a post where it's a girl got in a fight with another girl and she broke open her head or her skull open What is going on with our girls? It's like we went from black girl magic, we went from black women being the most educated to now all we see and hear is black girls on the news doing horrible things to each other, including death. All we see is these baddies on TV and these real housewives of Atlanta. Now, they always been there. And I've never really thought twice, honestly, about all these reality shows. However, recently, it started hitting to me in a different direction. It started hitting me in a different light. And it's not that entertaining to me anymore. But this is where we are. I have the phone lines open, and I love to hear from you all on this. I think it's important for you guys to call, ask questions, things that you are unsure about in this case, to call in to get some understanding. And no question is a dumb question. No question, no matter how many times you think the question has been asked, it's okay. We have to make room for understanding and patience amongst each other so we can get to a part of understanding and we won't have so much chaos because this can be fought. We don't have to live like this, and our young ones don't have to live like this either. We have to fight it. But we're not going to get anywhere by sitting back and not saying anything about it. It takes you. I can't do it alone. It takes all of you to call up and use your voice and let us know your perspective and your thought process because your voice matters. Your thoughts matters. And I wish Mahogany Jackson would have known her life matters too. I wish she would have known that her life matters so that she don't have to tolerate being amongst people that harmed her continuously. I wish she knew that it was so much more in store from her. I know Mahogany, she likes looking good. She likes smelling good. She likes to be the eye candy. And she can be all that without dying at 20 years old to achieve it and leaving a 3-year-old daughter behind. It's time for us to wake up. So I'm going to look in the comments section and see where you guys are. We only have 157 viewers, so can we please get the likes up? I appreciate that. All right, so let's get the likes up so we can get pushed in the algorithm. How you guys doing today? Are you guys doing all right? All right, so we do have phone calls, and I do want to answer these phone calls. And I just want to let you guys know why I put this picture up here. You see this picture right here? This is Mahogany Jackson. She is backed up against the wall. You see her with the colorful top. That is Mahogany Jackson. The girl in front of her with the big eyelashes, that is Ariana. Ariana is confronting Mahogany Jackson about the phone conversation with Blue. Who is Blue? This is Blue right here. Blue is Mahogany. Sorry for coughing. Blue is Mahogany's ex-girlfriend, okay? Mahogany called Blue to warn her that the gangbangers were coming for her. Now, if you know anything about gangbanging, that is an abomination to your gangbanger friends, to betray them, to double-cross them. Mahogany never thought it would get back to the gangbangers because she told her girlfriend at the time, Blue, they spent Valentine's together. They've been on and off together for years. Blue says it's a mental relationship, but I call it bullcrap. Blue is a liar. You can't take everything she says for granted. So you have to dissect it, okay? She didn't think Mahogany that this phone conversation would ever get out to the gang. That she told Blue that this gang members are trying to set her up. That is treason amongst the gangs. So Blue, with this information, she decided to get Ariana, which is the girl that is confronting Mahogany Jackson right here, and Ariana, which is the girl confronting Mahogany Jackson, she is a part of the gang. She is really deep in the gang, actually, that her girlfriend, yes, her girlfriend is a part of the gang too. So Blue says she told Ariana because at the time she felt that Ariana was out on the gang. She felt that Ariana at the time were not a part of the gang, like they were all leaving the gang allegedly. So Blue says she felt that it was okay to have her on the three-way phone call, while Mahogany, not knowing that Ariana was on a three-way phone call, um, Mahogany is telling Blue once again everything that she heard that these gangbangers are trying to set her up to get her out of here. Ariana is secretly on a three-way phone call listening to everything. And this is what Blue does. And this is what got the wheels turning. So Ariana takes this information and runs it back to the gang. And that's when the gang decides, okay, it's time to get this girl out of here and it's time to teach these girls a lesson. They need to know that my Lord gang, we're nothing to play with. And that's when one of the leaders named Tasia, she decides to spread a lot of rumors about Mahogany in secret amongst men and women, telling them that Mahogany sets this person up. She set you up. She was the reason why your ass went down. She was the reason why this. So she's amping all these energies up secretly, her and Ariana, her girlfriend, and they're prepared for this big night to take Mahogany out of here. Mahogany did not see it coming because she thought that what she told her girlfriend Blue was amongst themselves and that's it. So when Ariana is confronting Mahogany Jackson at this moment, Mahogany Jackson, she's already drunk. They got her drunk. Everybody in the gang, they know what's going on. Everybody in the know except for Mahogany. And Mahogany is just thrown off guard. She don't know what's going on. And that's when Ariana says, bitch, I'm not Blue. I heard you on the phone conversation with Blue. And this and that and that and that and that. You didn't say that. I heard it come out your own mouth. Mahogany was caught off guard. She had no idea. And that was the setup. And these are Mahogany Jackson's last words that we hear. There's no other video out here with Mahogany Jackson voice. These are her last words. This is her last moment where you can see her face in a not messed up position. This is the last that her mom seen her. This is the last image. And that's very haunting and telling. 20 years old, a mom of 3, and this is the last image the world sees of you. All right, so I think it's time to answer some phone calls. How you guys enjoying my commentary? If you like my style of commentary, please press 4 and comment. I want to know, what do you think about my style of commentary? All right, so calling from 414, you're live on the air. What are your thoughts about this?
Hello?
Yes?
Yeah, we was I was hey,
Hello? Are
hello?
you there?
I, yes, I'm here. Um
Please speak.
so how many days was it that my I thought Mahogany was they had her on Saturday and they killed her on like Monday or Tuesday?
No. They found her body Monday n- Monday morning at 2 a.m. something. So that's Sunday night. Monday morning, they found her body. She was taken out of here for 24 hours. It started Saturday night and it ended Sunday night.
Okay, now the article I read an article that said there was an 18-year-old who another 18-year-old who they didn't talk about, who they didn't who wasn't in the part of the eight. It was 18-year-old who told them where the body was at, that he was supposed to be burning up a car and he was supposed to be disposing of the body.
Okay, so it is rumor that an 18 anonymous male were also at the scene of these events where they were taking her to different sites and putting paws on her and cuffing her. At the end of this event, it is rumored that is a text that shows that Tasia, one of the gang members, texting a 18-year-old anonymous male and tells him you need to burn the car and you need to dump the body. Okay? It is also rumored that that same 18-year-old anonymous male went to the police and revealed everything. It is also rumored that that same 18 anonymous male was the one who texts Mahogany Jackson's mom at 7:30 a.m. and sister at 7:46 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Oh wow, this is devastating. This is too much. They did this girl so wrong,
Yes.
so wrong. Okay, now I've seen another article that talked about they think it was up to about 30 different people. And what is this man, the Harris
Okay.
guy, some
So
40 something year old Harris guy?
with the 30, I will explain that. Pretty much, it's a game banger group called My Lord. It's 30 members in the group. So when these events happen amongst the 10 or 12 people at the event, I don't know the exact number, just an estimate. They also shared more of the videos to the rest of the group. They wanted the rest of the group to participate and to get involved. So 30 knowingly knew this was going on before she died, and they did nothing. So that's where the 30 comes in at.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Oh, anytime. All right. Well, I'm going to
Thank
let you go. Feel free. I would love for you guys to call in and to weigh in on this. Okay. And please like this video. Calling from 205, you're live on the air.
I don't necessarily have a question, but I do want you to kind of pay attention to the eyes of the people that you have on the screen. Um, we're in some crazy times right now. I feel like, although they are responsible for their actions, I believe there's a lot of demons on the loose right now and embodying these people. They look very strange at the eyes. And all of these are mostly mug shots that you have on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I wanted to know, like, why didn't the mother show up with the police at the door?
Well, I don't know if that's true, if she did show up at the police with the door or not. It's rumors saying she did, it's rumors saying she did not. So I don't, do you have confirmation that is true?
No. Word on the street is that she was headed out of town and she never went to the apartment to
Got it.
verify that Mahogany actually knew
Well,
Tasia. So
Mahogany
that's why she was
Jackson
able to tell
mom,
the.
she went to Georgia, which is right next to Alabama. She wanted to pick somebody up from the airport at the time. So, yeah, she went out of town to pick someone from the airport to return right back. And I see in the comments someone says that she actually tried to escape. Yeah, Mahogany Jackson, she did try to escape. They would not allow her to leave. That's why it's a kidnapping. She wanted to leave. I heard one time they did allow her to go after jumping on her. Then they mowed her down while she was walking to say, nope, we going to get her again. I heard that rumor. But yeah, she tried to escape multiple times. She did not want to be there after she realized this group of people had it in for her. She definitely wanted to escape with all her life, with all her might. They handcuffed her. They had big dudes, size of 6'5", weighing over 200 pounds, multiple of them, that was holding her down. And she's a small, petite girl.
So is it true that Blue has been arrested?
I have yet to hear that Blue has been arrested. A lot of people want to see Blue behind doors because her revealing to the gang members that Mahogany Jackson, which is part of their gang, betrayed them in the worst way. It started the wheel of the events. It started the domino effect of Mahogany getting set up and taken out by her gang members.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So Dicey, where are you? Where are my co-hosts? Uh, Rachel, Carol, where you guys at? You guys always say, "Come on, come on." I'm up here, and I don't see you guys up here. Okay, it does it breaks my heart. So I would like for you guys to call up here. I'm up here for you guys as a community. The phone number is on the screen. It is free. So come up here, voice your opinion. Tell us your thoughts about this. I'm looking in the comments, the parents of these wicked nuts. So we don't have a lot of intel about the parents of these individuals except for one. They call this guy Ace. They said this guy Ace. I don't know if you can see him, but he's next to this girl. This is Ace. They said that his father was also there. Yes, his father was also there, aching it on. And I also heard that he was the one that put the pow pow a bullet in Miss Mahogany Jackson head, in the back of her head. So after they did all this, they put a bullet in the back of her head. The streets say the reason why they decided to just take her out of here, which is bullcrap, it don't make sense. When they realize she texted the police at 7:30 in the morning, or she called her mom to tell her mom to call the police. Now to me that don't make sense because we all said that that was not Mahogany Jackson that was texting her mom at 7:30. We said that it was an 18-year-old anonymous male that did it. So that's a conflict in the story. Unless they saw the text message and they thought it was her that did it, even though it was an 18-year-old did it, they thought it was her that did it. That could be a possibility. People say no. How could it be a possibility? Mahogany, she's been beat up. Her eyes are black. She's been wounded in her body. She's weak. She's sore. She can't move. How in the heck was she going to text anybody? She probably couldn't even see. What? Come on now. Okay, so that is still out. We still have to wait for reports to come through to give us the details to know exactly what time that she did pass away. You know, but it's so disheartening to hear, and I urge you guys to call in. I need y'all to call in. Callie says too many lies, Gigi. Well, Callie, that is how the world works. It's plenty of lies in this world, and you have to filter out what is truth and what is false. And Callie, That's why it does you service to have a spirit of discernment, to be in the spiritual realm and not into the flesh realm, because the flesh will trick you every time. If you only go by what you see and you really don't get into your spiritual realm and figure this thing out, you will be lost majority of the time. Because criminals like this, they will put on different faces to throw off their scent. They don't want you to smell they stinking. So if you're going based off what you see and what you hear, it takes more to get to the truth of the matter with anything. Okay? So let's get some likes up. Call in. We need to know the time of death. Police know, but holding out on the autopsy report. Well, if they're holding out, the police are holding out on the autopsy report. It's possibly they're doing it for a reason. They are waiting, and it's more people they want to arrest. This is not all of the people that's going down. I think they want to get the whole, my Lord. I think they want to get the whole 30 people. And you know why? Because 30 people had the video, knew it was a crime going around, and they did nothing. It is your duty. If you know this crime is going on, is to speak up and to inform the cops. That is your duty. That you must do that. All right, good. We got a caller. Calling from 2623. You're live on the air.
Hey, I just wanna I listen to your show a lot. First I wanna say
Thank
what's
you.
up. Second of all, I think Blue is lying. It's just too many pieces with this girl. She talked too much. I've been listening to all the clubhouses and everything like that. And that video where they got her in the house, I'm assuming that's the video when they got her there, when they put her in the trunk and got her there. Because when they was at the first guy's house, Brandon Pope, they were beating her up and they ripped her clothes off there. So when they
Wow.
got back to the house, I'm assuming that they threw her on the clothes. And when I look at that video where she's in an apartment, she looks like she has a black eye already. And I just don't see how they end up picking her up from Brandon Pope's house and then, doing all the taking her clothes off once they got to Taser's house. I don't believe that. I think that video where they beating her up and she's, not clothed, I think that's when they took her to Taser house. This happened all day, so they had to give her some clothes to put back on. When they found that thing in her phone, and I'm hearing conflicting stories about when the mom showed up with the police. First, I'm hearing the mom showed up with the police. Well, she didn't show up with the police. Police went there. Taser says she's not there. She left at 2 something. Then mom goes back with the police. Police make everybody come outside the apartment. The only 3 people that wasn't there when the police went back to the apartment was the 3 guys that's charged with capital murder. Everyone else, from my understanding, was in that apartment when the police went back with Mahogany's mom.
Hmm. Okay. Now, when you talk about you feel that this image right here that we're looking at is a
Hmm.
second round of her getting beat on, I have a
Yeah, because
conflict of that because to me, this feels, and I don't know, I'm just going
hmm
on feelings. It feels like
hmm
this is the first time she's getting confronted. And
okay, so let me
go ahead.
okay, so if that's the first time, because okay, so was Tasia at the party or not?
Yes.
From what I'm hearing,
At
she
this
was.
apartment, this is her
No,
apartment,
at
and
the at the party. No, at the party at Brandon Pope's house. Was Tasia there?
you know what? Can I be honest? I don't know
Hmm.
how much I believe about the Brandon Pope house party. Where are the images of the party? Where's the video? Where are the pictures? These guys love to boast. They love to brag. They videotape everything. And I just find it um, interesting. They didn't have any videos of the party. Or are there videos of the party? And I have yet to look at.
Okay, did you see the guy they connected, the older guy they connected in the video?
The ace,
That
his
turns out to
father.
be the suspect. Yeah. Okay, so if all this is going on, it's more people. It's just other videos that we haven't seen yet. It's too many other people involved in this. And another thing is where they say they found her body. Then they say the 1700 block. That's like 5 miles away from that apartment. That doesn't make sense. You look at the news clip and then read the news clip and it says 1700 block of so and so. But when you actually Google that, it's nowhere near that apartment complex. And that little alleyway is right by that apartment. So I don't understand that part of it. And I believe it's the 18-year-old that did go give them all the information because they didn't scoop all them up until they had that video. So it had to be somebody that was with them.
Do you honestly believe that the news reporters know all the information? And I do realize the
No, I
news
don't.
reporters and the police are two different departments.
Yeah. No, I don't think the media, the local media know anything. I think the streets know more than what they know and what the
Correct.
police know.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
And how it's
It's just
always
weird.
been. It's always been that
It,
way.
it is. It is. And the whole thing about it is, I'm in Phoenix. We have a similar case out here with 7 people, teenagers, that beat another teenager to death. But this was a group that would just go around just to beat people up. And video recorded it and all that, and they were seeking the death penalty on everybody involved. So I think that it's a lot of people that know stuff, that know people that's involved, and I would never get video of a footage like that and charge people to watch. I'm sending it straight to the authorities.
Yeah,
Because I didn't heard all the stuff. I didn't heard all the gossip, all the clubhouses. I didn't heard all that stuff. And then a lot of things I don't like. Well, I'm gonna say, some people stick to the facts and then uncover new information. But then I hear bloggers that's just throwing bits and pieces out there, coming up to their own conclusions, and that's not cool. Once we get the autopsy report and we get the actual police report, like I said, I want to see the police interviews. I want to see the interrogation videos. Because then we ain't gonna know who all told on who. And as a man, I can't watch nothing like that. I got a daughter that just finished college. I couldn't imagine that being my daughter. I couldn't imagine some of my homies. And I'm from LA. I grew up in the midst of it. And I've been in situations where, nigga, get your ass up out of here. So that's just ridiculous. This story is ridiculous. And it's just, I mean, these younger generations, they don't want nothing. They don't have dreams. They definitely don't have dreams. You just robbing around, licking people and all this other stuff. Like, it don't make sense. And that Blue, she's just so suspect. She just so suspect. She's just hiding out. Done talking now. It's funny how she was doing all that talking in the first, but then she realized she closing her own casket. She just shut it up real quick. From police got my phone. This girl still have access to phones. People texting her. Like, you ain't making no sense. And Mahogany only want to run around that girl when she has some money anyway. She looked like a female that was just trying to pimp on her. And she wasn't with it. She ain't nobody finna mess with that in their right mind. You gotta pay me.
I disagree.
And nah.
I disagree. I
You do?
find yes, I do, and I tell you why. It is. I think some people are so they think, well, a certain individual that's beautiful will only be around beautiful or that type person. That is so far from the truth. I don't understand how some of you
Let me take
guys
that back.
are
Let
still
me take that back. Let
believing
me say
that
she's
bull
a good
crap.
manipulator.
You see
Let
good
me just
looking
say that.
people with unattractive people all the time. You even have good
You
looking
do.
people
You
that
know what?
fall in love with unattractive people all the damn time.
You know.
Everybody is
You know
not
what?
hung on looks, especially if you look
That's
good.
my fault. That's my fault. You're right. You're right. That's my fault. What I mean is, she's a good manipulator.
Yeah, she's a good
Let's say that.
manipulator. And we cannot not forget Mahogany trusted her. So she was just not a person where I get money from. Hell, Mahogany probably got
Yeah.
more money than she can get from different people than Blue. Blue don't got no
hmm
money like that to be spending
And I do.
time. It
And I do
seems
believe.
as though
Yeah. And I do.
Mahogany trusted her. She liked talking to this girl. She liked spending time with this
hmm
girl. Mahogany has options, and her option was to be around her. It's just like what y'all think about Miss Netta. Some people feel like, oh my goodness, I can't even believe that Miss Netta get famous. Child, she's everywhere and she famous. Okay, y'all got to get this,
hmm
and that's what I'm talking about when you guys are only looking in the flesh, because you only looking in the image, but you're not looking at a person who they truly are, to their character, and their spirit. Everybody is just not into, I'm just around you because how your looks or something like that.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I understand. I completely
It's
understand
more
that.
to
You know, when you have
Blue
a friendship,
than her
when
being
you have a friendship, you have
yeah,
a friendship.
it's more to Blue than her being unattractive. I'm sure she has a personality and a character that's probably charming, that's probably manipulative. She has personality. She's a mouthpiece. She likes to
Okay,
talk. She can make you
you
feel a
right.
certain type
You
of
right.
way.
So, what do you think about her not showing up to this funeral? If that's my good friend and everything.
Well, I think that she should not show up to the funeral because it makes people feel uncomfortable, Blue. I think if she would have showed up to the funeral, that is very selfish of you, knowing that half the people there feel like you're a
Don't
suspect.
want you there.
Can you please give them peace to grieve their niece, daughter, relative? So I think she did a great thing. If I was Mahogany's sister or relative, I would not want to see Blue at that day, that
No,
time. I
I
don't
wouldn't
want to
either,
see her. I don't want to hear
and I
her.
wouldn't either.
I don't want her presence there because her presence there is going to distract me, giving my blessings away to my relative. It's going to be a distraction. So I hope that she realized that and she just stayed back. Blue is a
And I hope they
distraction.
throw a RICO case on everybody that was involved in that chat. I hope they do it.
Hmm.
I hope they throw a RICO case on everybody that was involved in that chat, because a lot of people had time to call the police while they still had it and was watching it live. So a lot of people had plenty of opportunities to call the police to let them know what was going on.
They did.
Because I'm not even in Alabama, and if I would have seen something live like that, and it's in Alabama, I'm still gonna make that call to the third, even though I'm thousands of miles away.
Yeah. I think that is something a person with common sense would do. That is something that a person that's civilized would do. However, we cannot fail to realize a lot of these gang bangers mentality, they are very uncivilized. They don't have sympathy for those who has crossed them in their group. And a lot of times they try to do the worst and horrible thing to send out a message to frighten everybody else in the group, to say you're not to leave and you're not to
hmm
shame us. And also, it don't happen with just gang members. It happen with a lot of groups. A lot of groups do this. And I think the worst group
Okay.
is in the Middle East. I don't know if you heard about this, where they do honor killings. So if you bring
Oh
shame
yeah,
on
they had a couple.
your family, they will take you off. And I think with these
Well, yeah,
gang bangers, they have this ideology where I'm your parent, I'm your everything, you belong to us. You no longer belong to society. We don't play by those rules. That's not our beliefs. So they have their own belief of thinking. And I know oftentimes a lot of criminals, they hate police. So am I surprised that they did not call the
Okay.
police? No, I'm not, because they're criminals, and
Well,
this is
yeah.
what
Well,
criminals
they all in the
do.
circle group.
They're
Ain't
not
nobody. You right. They all
civilized
in the circle. They all in the
individuals.
criminal group. So ain't no criminals. Ain't call the police on themselves.
They
Okay.
need to be taken
Okay.
off the streets.
So let's get this clear. So you think that video where Ariana is in her face? We both know that's Tasia House, right?
Yeah.
So the question is, do you think she ever went? Because I'm hearing that she arrived at Brandon Pope's house with Ariana, and that was the first location
I
she
would
ended up
want.
at.
I heard that as well. But one thing about me, I'm just not quick to believe what everybody just gonna blow up my way. I would like to see some photos. I would like to see
Well,
more documents, some GPAs, some
I'm
S's, some something,
yeah,
so I can feel
I'm with
more
you on that.
confident that Brandon Pope house party was a thing. I keep on hearing about this house party. When you have house parties, young people, let me tell you, they're going to video record. They're going to TikTok. They're going to showcase, hey, we at the party, y'all. Hey. They're going to show the
Hmm.
drinking. Come on. They are wild
Yeah,
bunch.
I agree. I agree with you on that, but I just don't know how the police came up with his house first. But if they beefing at this time, she not gonna want to go to a party where she know old girl gonna be at. So I,
Well,
it just,
well, it's interesting you
I
brought
mean,
that point up because Blue, and I don't know if she was lying or not, she said that one of her friends saw Tasia and Mahogany Saturday afternoon at the store, and I'm assuming they was buying, like drinks and stuff.
hmm
She
I don't
said,
know. I never heard that part.
Blue says that Mahogany was never lured there, that she was hanging out with Tasia already.
I don't know because she did say something on Clubhouse where she said she went to the house party, told Mahogany, y'all better get out of here, and all that other stuff. Then I hear her in another interview saying she never went to the house party.
Yeah, that's the one I
So I
heard.
don't, you know what I mean? So I don't know. She said I left and I doubled back around and I told them to leave. So
She's
if
a
you left
liar.
and doubled back around, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then the way she incriminated herself on that damn other case that they're going through, and all this stuff is over. And this girl Tasia, she riding. She set up her own baby daddy, and he got killed. Like, how you set up your own baby daddy? Like, I'm confused.
Well, she was going to
Like, you don't
set
want
up
your
her
kids?
own best friend, which is Blue, because her and Blue were best friends at one point. Her and Mahogany
Yeah,
were
when they
friends, and she jumps on her friends. So she has this entitlement. Blue is an entitled
okay.
person. She feels like she's a god or a lord. And that's why they possibly call their group My Lord. You don't think it's strange
Yeah,
to pick My Lord?
yeah,
That is
that is
very, I
odd.
am
That
dominating
it's
you. I am
odd.
authority figure. I am above the aboves. And once you cross me, you're going to have to pay in blood. She is very
And I
savage.
did And I did see the video where her and Tasia was fighting another girl in the store, and they dragged her out. They did that girl pretty bad, and I watched that whole thing, and I'm just like, damn. It seemed like they ain't got nothing better to do but fight,
Well, it
fight, do
reminds
dumb shit.
me, sorry to cut you off, but it reminds me of the Baddies East. It reminds me of all these shows on Now That's TV and Zeus Network that we as a black community, we praise, we uplift. All you see are the girls, black girls fighting black girls. That's all you see.
I mean, you see it on the ones with the money too. Housewives, all this. I mean, they got all this money. You think they would be in a perfect situation to just be happy in life, and uh, these 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 corporate people be so. I mean, anything to make us look bad, they're gonna go with it to make money off of it.
And we
And a
going to
lot of these
enjoy
people
it.
exactly, and we got to draw the line at some point to be like, I don't want to portray myself in that image, So my image is important to me. I ain't famous, but it's important to me.
Yes.
So I don't know the way some of these celebrities operate. And like I said, I grew up in L.A. I'm familiar with Hollywood and all that stuff. And it's just weird. It's just like, I hate to tell it, but it's, some stuff just make you don't have an answer for it. You could just look at it and see what it is and go off of it like that. But, hopefully they get everybody else that's involved. It's just all bad. It's just all bad. And this story has been getting a lot of coverage, but it's a lot of stories just like this. So, and I'm seeing a lot of stories where dudes is killing their ex-girlfriends and girlfriends. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a lot of it going on. And
Yes.
when I sit here and I scan through YouTube, it's a next blogger. She's telling about the story of, so-and-so is just so-and-so story after story after story after story. And it's just like, damn. And people got too much time on their hands. Get mad for nothing. I'm not trying to shoot nobody over nothing. Like, and everybody out. This is the Wild West. Everybody, you go in Walmart, everybody got guns. You just going to get some bread. What you got a gun for?
Because of criminals like these.
Yeah, I just want to see more information. Police is not releasing shit. They not releasing nothing. They can't give us nothing. It's sad that you can get online and find out more than what the authorities can give you. And some people say they paying attention to this. Some people saying they're not paying attention to this. But if they was, they would have had everybody scooped up already.
Well, they do have a lot of them behind bars.
More than the 8 they got already?
No, not that I know of. All I hear is 8 so far. But hopefully they do their job. Hopefully, I'm having hope in
Everybody
the system.
knows it's more than that. Everybody knows at least 12, 13, 14 people in here.
Yeah, we have to realize that just like this case, there are so many cases that's going on. When I tell you violence and crime is at an all-time high in America, the prisons are overfilled, and the cases are overloaded. And the police staff is understaffed. Okay, so everything is
it's all backwards
upside
everywhere.
down.
If you're gonna take somebody that grew up in the suburbs and put them in the ghetto to police, it's not gonna work. It's just backwards everywhere. And it ain't, we got when we got 90-year-old presidents, it's gonna always stay like this.
All right. Well, I thank you so much for calling in. I'm going to let you go at this time. Feel free to call back later. Calling from 909, you're live on the air. What are your thoughts about this?
My thought is this is absolutely crazy and so sad. Like, I don't know, it's unimaginable. Absolutely unimaginable. And then people are trying to fault her mom, but what people have to realize is that she was a mom. I heard that Mahogany fought her mom, and that's why her mom put her out. Her mom called the police on her, and she was arrested and did a couple of days in jail, and that's why Mahogany was so apologetic to her mom and was sending her mom those messages. So people have to realize, I don't know no parent that's going to tolerate their child jumping on them.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
This is the first time I'm ever hearing that Mahogany was jumping at her mom and got locked up behind it. People in the comment section, have you heard this story? Press 1 if you have. Press 4 if you have yet to hear it. Thank you for bringing it to me because I've never heard this point of view. And thank you, The Real Dola D, for donating $5. And they're saying your volume is low. It's a lot of background. If you can take me off speaker, I appreciate it.
Okay.
Are you there?
Is that better?
Yeah. Just keep talking so I can test, hear it. Keep talking.
Yeah. And so, yeah, people have to realize that parents have to initiate tough love sometimes. So everybody faulting, oh, she was 20 years old and her mom wasn't there for her and yada, yada, yada. But, sometimes whippings and punishments don't work and you have to do tough love and love from a distance. Um, but I just, it's, oh my gosh, it's just horrible. I've been watching your show, so I'm new to your channel, and I've subscribed.
Well, thank you.
But yeah, just the horror she had to have felt, because in that room on the video when her and Ariana are arguing, she knows everybody in that room is against her. You got idiots shouting out, light her up. Like, so, and I don't know if you can hear in one of the videos, in the video, that is somebody talking about, oh, I want to take you to the bathroom.
No, I didn't hear that.
Yes. It's at the point in the video, her and Ariana are arguing, and Mahogany kind of grabs her throat. She grabs her own self throat, like kind of puts her hands up to her throat or up to her chest. And I'm thinking to myself, like, have they already discussed Anna? Because he's like, I want to take you to the bathroom. And then the other confusing part to me is because I feel like somebody felt sorry for her and sent those messages as well. Because I say, why would it be through Facebook message? And at what point did she have her phone? Because when Ariana and her were arguing, she has on her little boy shorts and her pajama top. She doesn't have a phone in her hand, not in that pocket in the pajamas. There's no phone unless she had it tucked in the side of her shorts, and we can't see it because it's up under her pajama shirt. But other than that, I don't see a phone. So I too think somebody was witnessing it and felt sorry. And then they made her give the code to her phone so they had access to it. So they had, they were able to punch in the code and do the message.
Yeah. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for informing us about that situation with the mom. All right, we're gonna let you go at this time. Wow, I did not know that. I had no idea about Mahogany jumped on her mom like before that whole situation happened. She fought her mom. So Mahogany Jackson, she was just spiraling out of control. What made her want to fight her mom? All right, and that's why you heard the letter. It was a letter going around that she apologized to her mom. She wanted to change her ways. It was from after having some jail time, reflecting on the horrible things that she did to her mom. Calling from 313, you're live on the air.
Hello, hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty well. Share your thoughts.
I was calling because I just wanted to say I love you, Miss Messy, and
Thank
that's
you.
terrible
Can you
what
turn your
happened.
volume up or take me off speaker?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Can you
Continue
hear
to
me?
talk. Yes.
Yes, I was just saying I had heard the case is still echoing. Yes, and it's terrible what they did to her. It put me in a man the Kanika Jenkins case. Hold on. Turn it up. Okay.
No, I can hear you. I think you're listening to the show. If you cannot
Yeah, hold on.
turn the show off and just talk to me directly, just so it won't be
Okay, I
distracting
turned it off.
from the listeners. So continue on.
Yes, and it put me in the mind of the Kanika Jenkins case that happened in Chicago a few years ago. But I didn't hear about her and her mother arguing either, or fighting.
Okay. All right. Well, I thank
Yeah.
you so much for calling in and letting us know how you feel about that. We're going to let you go at this time. All right. Calling from 916. You're live on the air. Please share your thoughts.
I mean, Miss Messy, this Kira, I got a couple minutes to get
Carol,
on.
where you been at,
Hi,
girl? You supposed to hold this down
working,
with me. Why am I by myself?
hustling. I didn't know you was coming on this early. This is early kind of. Usually you be on later.
Well, girl, to what
So
time do
let
I
me
need to
answer
get
some of the
on
questions
so you
for
can
you.
get on?
Different times. I'm random, but yeah. I got to subscribe, so it pops on. I thought she on, so let me jump on. I was listening to the guy who said that the incident started at Brandon Pope's house, and he's actually correct. And that information is coming from Green. Green gave a statement to the police, and he told everything, how it started, where it started at. From my understanding, Mahogany was living at Brandon's house off and on, and she had left her cousin's house that day with Ariana, and she said she'd be back at 9 o'clock so that they can go out. Of course, she never made it back, but she was with Ariana is the one who took her over there. But she had clothes at Brandon's house. She was staying over there off and on. I don't think they had a relationship, but her mother supposedly had put her out. This is coming from the neighbor. The neighbor had said that she was put out and she was living over there, and she really didn't have nowhere to go, so that's why she was at his house. But Green is the one who gave the police a statement because they showed him a video of him, and because he was the first one with the SA, with the oral or something of that nature, and he gave a
Carol,
statement that he
can you
was.
send me all
Huh?
this stuff? Can you send it to me in my DM?
I will send it to you.
All right,
To you.
continue to
The
tell us.
statement,
But yeah,
yeah. So the
continue to talk. But
statement
send me all
that
this in
he
my DM.
gave, I will. He gave that statement to the police. Green was the first one to talk, and then the second one, from my understanding, is Tasia. But I don't have her statement, but I do have Green's. And then again, the neighbor was on the Not show, and she said that the mother had put her out for whatever reason. I didn't hear nothing about no fight, no physical fighting, but that she had put her out and that she was living at Brandon's house. So that's the kind of like an update there. That's why it started at his house, right? And then the father, Mr. Harris, he was allegedly there but wasn't participating, but I seen him in the street in the video trying to break it up. So it looks like this fight spilled out of the house into the street, and then that's when they start talking about put her in the trunk and start taking her from place to place. And apparently it wasn't supposed to go this far, but when it got out of control and they had did all the things that they did decide that they was going to silence her. And Harris, the son, is supposed to be the pow pow guy. So that's according to Green. He's charged with a felony murder. He doesn't have capital murder. So he's trying to cut a deal so he can, testify against all of them. But he's still going to do a lot of time, maybe 80 years, but maybe not the whole LWOP life without. But he's going to testify against them. He already gave a statement. So
Well,
that's the
good.
update that
Carol,
I
you
have.
should have been told me this. You should have been told me this,
No,
Carol.
I just found this out late in the midnight hour last
Well,
night.
girl, whenever you hear it, you should let me know in my DM. Okay? My DM,
okay.
y'all, is the
Yep.
Messy Sweet Spot. The Messy Sweet Spot. DM me if y'all got any information. So let
Yeah,
me
I'm gonna
get
send
this
you that
right.
statement.
Okay, let me get it right. Mahogany Jackson was staying on and off at Brandon House, aka Ace.
Is he the one that's aged Brandon Pope, or is that Harris? I mean, is Harris aged? Which one is aged?
No, Amp. Brandon Pope is
Mm-hmm.
known as Amp,
Okay.
correct?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is Brandon Pope. You guys see this man right here? So this is the man that Mahogany Jackson was staying with off and on. So she
Mhm.
spent the night, what, Friday night? She spent the night with Brandon and she had clothes there?
She had clothes there. Her cousin said that that's what she was staying at. The neighbor said she was staying at his house, but apparently Ariana is the one that she left with from her cousin's house at around 4 o'clock.
4
Okay,
o'clock p.m.
at
a.m. What day?
p.m. 4 p.m. on Saturday.
Okay.
4 p.m. on Saturday, and she left with Ariana. And so Ariana was the one that lured her, like, let me go get her. She'll come with me. You know what I mean? But she wasn't beefing with none of them, so she thought it was all good, right? So Ariana goes and gets her. She tells her cousin, I'll be back around 9 so you and I can go out. They was going to go clubbing. Her cousin said she didn't hear from her at 9 o'clock, but she didn't think nothing of it. She, because sometimes she may come back, sometimes she might not, okay? But that's when she was up in that house. They went to Brandon's house first, and then from there, it was a fight there, and then they all left from over there. And
So
they
how did
went
they
to,
confront
he
her
said,
at Brandon House? It was a party. So did she dress like she was going to a party when she was leaving at 4 o'clock?
when they say get together like a party, not like, like
No, it wasn't no
the
damn
throwback house.
party. They just had a group
No, it
chat,
was just like
a gang
yeah,
bang
yeah,
meeting. They just had a gang
yeah,
bang meeting. So they
right.
had a
Because she said to
meeting.
her cousin, yeah, we're going to go out at 9 o'clock. So that means she wasn't going to no party if she was coming back to go out with her cousin. See? So she was just going over there, get together, maybe drink and smoke or whatever, and then leave from over there at 9 and go to the club.
Okay, so when she got to Brandon Pope House, who was all there?
Green is there, Harris is there. They're all there because Green said they took her from there, and then he said the next house they went to was Tasia and McCall's house because Tasia and McCall shared the apartment together. That's both of their apartment. That's what he said. So Tasia McCall's house, and they got over there, and all this started going on, and then he ended it with she left with the three other guys. She left with them. They the ones took her out the house.
Hmm. So
Harris and what's the young boy name? Jeremiah and Pope actually. Yeah, all three of them. She left with them.
are there any video recordings while she was at Brandon Pope House? Or do we have any audio recordings of them arguing?
No, we just have his statement. But I believe that fight that was outside with the Harris's father. Remember the older dude out there trying to break it up? I believe that was at Pope House. That's when they took her from Pope's house, put her in the trunk, talked all that, get on her and threw her in the trunk, and then they took her over to Tasia and McCall's house from Brandon's house. The first stop was Brandon's. Second house was Tasia McCall's, and then she left from over there with Pope and Harris and Jeremiah. That's the statement he gave the police.
So you threw her in the trunk while she was well alive. Did she have bruises then? Was she
Oh, yeah,
able?
she was beat up. You could see several people fighting her out there like that. Yeah, that's where they handcuffed her and drug her with her hair and all that. Was out there in that parking lot over there where Brandon lived at.
Okay. Well, that's well after 9 o'clock because that was at the dark. So she leaves at 4
That's
o'clock
in the,
p.m. Saturday. That's in the daytime. Okay. So
hmm
she gets over there, I'm assuming by 5 p.m. She should be there by now. It's still daytime. They having all these conversations. She knows she got to get back at the house by 9 to meet with her cousin and go out. So did they start kidnapping her around 5 or 6 in the daytime?
I think they was all in there partying and kicking it at first.
Remember,
Like
it's
the
not a
guy said,
party.
somebody got,
Let's not confuse
well,
people.
but Well, not party, but get together. You know, people come to your house and they smoke. You don't got to be partying.
Yeah, but that's
You
not a
just getting
party.
high.
When you confuse
No,
stuff,
it's not a
it
party.
get it confused. So let's leave that party out there, cause ain't nobody dressed as no goddamn party. They had a meet up or a smoke out or some shit like that. So they linked up all the gangbangers. They linked up, and it was
Mhm.
daytime, and that's when they confronted her at Brandon Pope's house,
Right. Right.
and they were
But
all.
somebody,
Go ahead.
go ahead. But they were saying like they were all there drinking. The neighbor said they was drinking lean. They was doing that. They was getting her drunk. So that could have happened at Brandon house. Where you just gonna sip on some lean, we're gonna smoke past whatever, and do what we do. And then they turned on her.
Well, Carol, everybody didn't seem like they was messed up. She seemed like she couldn't even get her words together. So it could have been possibly they was forcing her to drink, or because she
Well,
was
they
way
kept her.
more intoxicated than the rest.
Well, if we rock you to sleep, and we got you over here, and you know what I mean, and you ain't even thinking nothing. You just doing you know, or somebody might have slipped them. We don't know, but if we just over here and you think it's just we just kicking, and then all of a sudden we turn on you, you're totally off guard. And you're already fucked up. She's well, you're already high.
Yeah, I'm not arguing that.
See, they,
But
no,
the
I'm saying they might have
go,
pretending to drink and not really be drinking,
okay.
right?
Yeah, I don't think that's a big deal. That's not a big argument. So,
No, it's not.
once they do that, they come outside. It's dark now, so she's well behind her schedule. She's supposed to go out to the party with her cousin. So she
Mhm.
realized she's not going there. So I'm sure at Brandon Pope House, she realized that, hey, this night is gonna go not gonna go well. She's gonna get kidnapped. So at this time, did she try to text anybody?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go with that was somebody else that texted
No, 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 no,
because they was
Carol.
already.
Carol, you're losing me. Carol, you're losing me. We're still Saturday.
How?
We're still Saturday night between 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's where we are now. That text message, that was Sunday morning. We're not even there. We're Saturday night,
Mhm.
5 p.m. to 9 p.m. When she realized at Brandon Pope House, I'm about to get set up. Do she reach out and ask for help?
No, it's too late. They already doing it. It's too late for her to reach out to ask for anything. It's too late. Green said that they took her, put her in the trunk,
At what time?
took her. That would have been Saturday night.
I know. What time Saturday night?
He didn't say no time. He just said that he was just in where they went from place to place. She ain't had no phone to call nobody to ask for no help at 9 o'clock and no other time. Because her cousin said she never called her to tell her
Right.
she wasn't coming or
So
what.
the answer is she didn't ask for help because her phone was taken. Most likely,
Yeah.
once they got at Brandon Pope House before they decided to turn on her, most likely the smart thing to do is to take her phone. So they've been
Yeah.
took her phone, and that's why she did not reach out when she realized that the fight it took place outside. You said Pope's Brandon House, and from there,
Yeah.
um, we got a little video footage from there. And is that the part where it looked like she has nothing on?
That is the part. And then you hear McCall is the one who's saying put
What's
her
her
in the
first
trunk.
name? Who's the McCall first name?
Sanaya.
Sanaya,
Sanaya.
the girl.
Sanaya.
And this is
Mhm.
Sanaya. This is the girl that Blue admitted to sleeping with. Okay.
Exactly. Yes. 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 Yes.
So what did
Yes.
Sanaya do?
Sanaya is the one who said put her in the trunk.
Okay.
Sanaya also is the one who jumped the SA off, right? Because she told her to get in there when they got to Tasia and McCall's house. Uh, they went in the room and she told her to get on Green and do the oral, and he better like it, or else we're gonna do something to you, right? When she was doing that, McCall is the one who told Jeremiah to get on her and start that SA. That's probably why she got the SA case as well. That's according to Green. Green is telling this to the police.
Got it. So, since Green is talking, how old is Green?
I think he's about 24, 23 or something like that. He's 50 on your fact. I think he's like 20-something.
Got it. So he's not the 18 anonymous that was allegedly telling. So we have two males that has come forward to tell, which is the 18 anonymous and the 24-year-old Green male. So it seemed like in this group, the males are more forthcoming and honest than these females. These females are the vicious ones in this group.
Well, they ratchet. Yeah, they ratchet. They bad. Because they, like I said, McCall
this
is the one
beyond
who was,
ratchet. This is vicious.
Yeah.
Ratchet is me just talking like I don't got broken English with some big ass earrings. That's ratchet. This is not what you call ratchet. This is vicious. Yeah. This is demonic. This is horrible. But ratchet, honey, this is not ratchet.
But remember, the girls are the ones who had the hate for her. Was so
that's what I
vindictive towards her. Yeah, they were the ones that were so angry and jealous of her. All of that. So yeah. So he gave a statement, and that's it. And then they did take her out of there in the wee hours Sunday morning.
So this image here that we're seeing, I'm going to pull up at Tasia House. She's already been beat up and put in a trunk. Okay, I would have never thought that. I would have never thought that.
I didn't either. I thought it started somewhere else. Right.
That's kind of awkward. That's still awkward to me. I mean, if he says it's true, he was there. I hope he's not lying. He is a liar, but I hope he's not lying. But he does lie. But on this video, hold on, Carol. On this video, to me, I don't see bruises on her face.
Me either.
But, anything is possible. Go ahead.
So can I say, let's say, is that Brandon's house?
What's Brandon's house?
Right there. Because they started at Brandon's house. If this is the first confrontation, this would be at Brandon's house. And then she gets drug outside, fought outside, clothes snatched off her outside. McCall say put her in the trunk. When they put her in the trunk, they take her to Tasia house. But this, you know what I mean? We don't have the timeline of when this is happening. I'm just going by what he said.
Carol, you bring up a good point. How do I know this is Tasia house? This could have been Brandon Pope house. Do we know?
Right.
We don't. Shit, it could have been Brandon Pope. Carol, I think that was a great perspective. I really do. This could have been Brandon Pope house. Out there, you guys, press 1 if you think this is Brandon's Pope house. Press 5 if you think this is Tasia house. I know in the past we were led to believe that this scene happened at Tasia's house. This is what we were led to believe. But we don't have any proof that inside this place was actually Tasia's house. This could have been Brandon's house. Good job, Carol. Good job.
Right.
Continue talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking right now is that if this guy is telling the truth to the police because he's trying to save himself and he ready to testify against all the rest of them, then he's giving a timeline to the police where everything took place, how it went down, who did what. He admitted that he was a part of the essay because he the one got the oral, and that took place in Tasia's house and McCall's house in a bedroom.
Got it. Now she is a member here says that this was Tasia's house because I'm assuming Blue confirmed this was Tasia house. So, you know, who knows?
Well, Tasia ain't arrested. She ain't got. I mean, not Tasia. Blue ain't arrested, so she ain't no telling what she gonna tell. This man is incarcerated and he's giving a statement to the police, so he better be telling the truth because his life is on the line.
Mhm.
He got more to lose than Blue do.
Mhm.
So when the police got at him, first all of them was saying they had nothing to do with it. But then when they start showing them the videos, they start giving statements, and they say Tasia gave a statement. I don't have that statement.
Now, what if all of them give different stories? Then what?
Different accounts, huh? Yeah. Well, I'm looking at people to start telling on each other what they did and didn't do.
And I think
Because,
honestly,
they
it's going to be more common for all of them to tell a different story. I watch movies like this, and every person does not have the same story.
right.
Some people
Right.
are going to try to lie.
Well, they were lying at first until the police showed them the video.
Mm.
We got you on video. What was you? This you? I mean, come on. So Green is the first one that gave that statement. I knew somebody had to be talking because he probably gave up a lot of different names too. I don't know what Harris's father's role was, but I did see him in a video in a room, but I also seen him in a video outside trying to break the fight up.
Mm.
So that was kind of weird. What was he even doing there? That man like 45 or something, I don't know.
Maybe he was a part of the
52.
gang too, and he was teaching his son the ways. Who knows? But do you think he should go down too?
Yeah, I think everybody that was there, that was a part of that, not telling, and knowing about it, should have some kind of culpability of that. Accessory after the fact, accessory during the crime. Even if you didn't do it, you should have some kind of culpability.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there was a lot of people, even Vito, they said had the tapes and stuff, and he didn't turn them over to the police. I don't know. But if you seen her tied up crying on the floor, because her neighbor said she was tied up crying, begging them to let her go. I ain't seen none of this stuff, but this is what the neighbor said. And because she seen it, she was crying. She the only one I seen show some remorse was her neighbor.
Wow.
Yeah, the neighbor was showing you she was bawling. She said that girl didn't get an opportunity, a chance to really do much. But she said that she was tied up and she was crying, and she said, not one person in that room came to her aid. And she said she could see the fear of God in her face, because she knows her.
Mhm.
She said she was extremely frightened.
Mm. And who neighbor was this?
That's Mahogany's neighbor. Lived next door to her mama.
Got
Yeah.
it. And she said that she saw Mahogany?
Well, she saw some of the videos
Oh. Got it.
of her tied up on the floor. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was it. And I agree with you. If I'm Blue, I'm not going to the funeral. Because, see, you can't go to the funeral. People think you're involved. Somebody's going to, this going to go bad. That would have been real bad. She can't show up at that funeral.
No, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
so
That's
she did
selfish
right
if she
not
were
to.
to do that. That's selfish.
Right. Especially when people think you're involved.
Mhm.
That would have been an all-out melee. Ain't no telling what would have happened.
Mhm.
And so the police, somebody got a hold of that statement from Green, and they got it online.
You gotta send me that.
I will. I definitely will.
So the news covers, they don't give us an update on that, huh?
No, because they'll be liable, and then they can mess the case up.
Mhm.
They can mess the case up.
So how do y'all get it?
Well, Ratchet had it. Ratchet got it.
Yeah.
Ratchet got that. I don't know how he got it, but he got it.
Mhm.
Ratchet got it. He had it, posted it last night. Talked about it, and yeah. So it looks like, and then her cousin, the neighbor said she was living in Brandon's house. the neighbor actually said that her mother had put her out for whatever reason, and she was living at Brandon's house.
For how long?
Off and on for a while. This is for a while. This is a period of time. Young girl go over there, lay up, sleep, whatever, kicking with him or whatever, and then come on out.
But why
she was
she
living
didn't
there.
stay with one of the girls?
They probably did. I wonder why too. Who knows?
And isn't Brandon the same one that essayed her?
So the only video they got, I think they all did because they all got an essay, but they say the only video that where the essay took place is Green and Jeremiah.
Now, they did say Brandon Stump was the one that took his big feet and stomped her.
They did say that. Yep. Brandon, yep.
So that's shocking to hear your
what,
roommate does that to you.
Well, not roommate, just somebody's house you staying at.
Child, that's a roommate.
You ain't got nowhere to go.
Roommate?
Well, yeah, but he just looked.
You were roommate buddies for a while, off and on. You shared a room.
Right. Now, I didn't hear nothing about her fighting her mother, and I didn't hear anything about that part. It was something else that somebody had said on here. Oh, that they heard her say, "I'm gonna take you to the bathroom." I didn't hear that. I didn't hear that. But it was a lot going on. It was a lot more people involved. There's a lot more people involved. They got some young girl that was fighting her that has not been arrested, and they got her in the video. So the only thing you can't tell is how old these videos are. Are we looking at something that's now current, or is it something in the past? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's going to be the difference. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. When do you think we have an update on the case with the news concerned?
Well, once they set that first, they got to go to the the jury, the grand jury, and once they set that date, then you'll hear an update from the news.
Okay.
Yeah. Because right now they've just been held without bail. That was that preliminary hearing, and now did they all plead not guilty, or what did they plead? Because I don't remember.
I'm not sure either.
I think they must have pled not guilty, but they didn't get no bail. They had to plead not guilty because they all took a plea. So they must have pled not guilty. I don't know how they could do that with that video, but people think they can hook a crook and get out. But so it's going to the grand jury now, and once they go there, then they'll set that date, and then we'll get an update on that. If any charges changed, any charges went up, any charges got dropped down, because they can change the charges. The lawyers is working right now to try to get some charges changed, some of these, felony murders changed.
Right. Well, anything else, Carol? Do you guys want me to still cover
ma'am.
this case tomorrow, or you think we should give it time and then come back to it later this week? Any other cases you guys want me to cover, or any other topics you guys want me to cover? How are you guys feeling? The phone lines are open, but yet we don't have a lot of phone calls on this case anymore. So that sends a signal that maybe it's time for us to look at a new case. What are your thoughts, Carol?
Well, it's going to get more intense as time goes on because the more information is going to come out. But I think you're correct. You might want to cover that Dolph trial down there because it just started today.
What's that about?
Well, Young Dolph, the rapper who got killed down there in Memphis, Yo Gotti and them, big old. So the trial started today of the ones who were accused of killing him. So that's going on, and then the Memphis 6 police officers who killed that one guy, and they saying it was because he wanted that revenge for him sleeping with his baby mama, which is so crazy. But all the rest of them officers tied into that. So that's going on. But this will come back up. Right now, it's kind of like tapered off. You just hearing stuff. Blue says she don't want to talk no more because she didn't talk about, incriminated herself so many different times.
Are they going to use
So
those
yeah,
video footages that she said on air against her? Are they going to use it?
they probably will. They got to be looking at that. This is a murder. They got to be looking at everything. They got to be looking at everything. And so yeah, because she said she knew she was missing on Saturday before anybody knew. That's a big old deal. You know what I mean? You knew she was missing. How did you know? They gonna make them turn over all of that.
Hmm.
They just ain't got nothing to arrest her on yet, but they looking. She think they ain't looking, and she's slow. They definitely looking at something with her. Because even the rest of the people that's in jail done told them her name. Her name that came up.
Hmm.
Yeah, so she gonna get arrested. If anybody new come up arrested, though, I definitely let you know because that'll be something to come on here and talk about.
Yeah, we sure will. All right, Carol. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up
All
too.
right, y'all have a blessed evening.
All right, you
Okay.
too. All right, thank you, Carol. Well, you guys, I said my take on it. The phone lines are open for you guys to speak about it. If not, we can definitely wrap it up and we can talk about something else. I'll try to come on tomorrow. I won't be coming back on tonight. So this is the time. If you guys want me to cover a topic or look into some things, please place it in the comment section right now so I can navigate and have a sense of direction where we should take it. All right. All right. Other than that, love you guys. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on another video. Bye. DJ, where you at?